All right, so I'm coming up on the 2-year anniversary of making videos on this channel. Have I learned anything? I don't know. Name's Ryan. This is High Carb Regenerator. I wanted to talk about diet. Wanted to talk about why I started the channel. I brought my GoPro with me. I got one of those, you know, narcissist arms, you know, like gotta look better in the camera. Got the GoPro, brought it along, hit record, and it said insert memory card. I'm like, oh, failed so hard. But anyway, so the reason, man, I don't feel like holding this damn phone. It's so heavy. My arms aren't big enough. So the reason I started this channel was, I'm going to give a little history, and the reason I'm even talking about this is because I've been talking about it with people in my DM section. If you don't follow my Instagram, go follow that. People ask me what I eat. That's generally where I post it, that kind of stuff. But why I got started. So 2019, I probably weighed 245 to 250, somewhere in that range. And I was having 2017, I think I said 2018, I started having a really lot of issues. Well, 2017, I ballooned up pretty good. So probably by the end of it, I might have been in the 255 range. Then 2018 hit, and my ankle, I was having a lot of trouble with my ankle, like a lot. So I wasn't really riding much. I wasn't doing a whole lot. I was depressed because of it, so I was eating a whole lot of muffins from Whole Foods. Man, probably not hot enough today, but it might be fun to go out swimming one of these, maybe next year or the year after. So I was depressed. I was always in pain, and I don't like taking medication, so I was numbing myself with as much food as I could jam down my throat. None of it, you know, a lot of it wasn't healthy. So I got up probably 259, something like that. And they were talking about surgery on my ankle, and I really wasn't having it, so I put it off until 2020. I finally had the surgery. And right after I had the surgery, I decided that I was going to try the starch solution. So I did that. I tried the starch solution, and I lost about 15 pounds. But according to Sandy and a lot of other people, after a fairly major surgery, almost everybody loses like 15 pounds. So it was really hard to judge if it was any good or not, if it was, you know, worth it. So I went through 2020 kind of going back and forth between diets. I wanted to start a channel, but it was stuck in the living room with everybody home because nobody could go anywhere because of the plan. And so I didn't. But later that year, I came across this Janine Elder, and she was doing a potato reset. So I figured, what the hell? Worst time of the year to do it. It was like that Thanksgiving, Christmas time of year. It was from, I think, November 1st. Yeah, it was November 1st through January 1st. So basically, the holidays, it was potatoes, or you could do a 50-50 plate. Well, I decided that I was going to do just potatoes because, you know, I'm not really that big into vegetables. You got to eat so many to actually have any, you know, value. So I did it, and I went from 259 to 265. I'm like, what the fuck? How is this possible? You know, and actually nobody in that group really lost weight. So either we got a bad batch of potatoes, even though like people were all over the world in this group, and she made a whole lot of money to help people gain weight. And I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So after that, I had to refeed, and I actually lost weight. I was just eating whatever I kind of wanted to. and I lost weight, and I started reading Maximum Weight Loss because I really started getting into McDougall. I was a late adopter. I didn't even know who the hell the guy was until like 2017 or 18, or I forget. So I did it, and I'm like, well, this 50-50 plate looks completely getting blown out here. That sucks. It's pretty sweet colors. You're missing them. If only we're here. So I'm like, 50-50 plate. I seen that anorexic Emmy, and I seen that the healthy mama or whatever, the vegan mama or whatever. And I'm like, I don't really trust any of these chicks, but I'm gonna try it. They all just seem fake. They all somehow lost 70 pounds. They all somehow, it was all the same formula, all this, because the algorithm really likes certain numbers. And I'm like, screw it. I'm basically still a vegetable. I can't walk right, so maybe this will help me. And I did it. And I gained weight. I was going through so much broccoli. It wasn't even funny, the frozen broccoli. The only part about it that was moderately amusing is the amount of gas that I had. I mean, I could have had my own orchestra. If there was an orchestra of farting, I mean, I could have held my own orchestra. I mean, it was crazy. It was farts nonstop. I mean, just had that on lockdown. I mean, just farts. I was scared to even lift my leg. But I'm like, oh, I'll just keep with it. So I tried it for a while. And I went from 260. Actually, I had backed down in weight because I had kind of eaten normal again. I was in the 250s, and I ballooned up to 292. 292 pounds. 292 pounds. And that's actually when I started the channel. I'm like, I gotta let people know how stupid this 50-50 plate is. And I did. And that's the reason I started this channel. What have I learned since? I don't know. I don't know if I have. What have I taught? I don't really know. I'm really analyzing this. Man, maybe I just had 50-50 plate. I got gas. But yeah, I don't know. And I'm not mad about it. I don't really attach myself to it. A lot of people call me emotionless. I mean, it's fairly true. But I don't know. Oh, I think something bit me. Man, I'm like a free buffet to these fucking things. Oh, it's so annoying. Anyway. So what have I learned in the last 2 years? I have learned that my path of starvation nation hasn't done anything but get me fatter. I've learned that 50-50 plate gives me gas and makes me fatter. I have learned that starch solution possibly helped me lose weight, but could have been just because I had surgery. I have learned that the only time that I have lost significant weight is when my calories were significantly higher than they are currently. I have learned that people in the comment section like to regurgitate stuff that they have no idea what they're talking about. I have learned, I mean, it's not their fault. This is kind of like what you're taught in school nowadays. This is like, do what the person in front of you is doing. Don't think for yourself. Go to work. Go get a job that you hate. Work it. Treat yourself to something that you deserve. Basically just be a pawn in the system, which I have never been. I actually didn't go back to the post office because they wanted me to wear a mask. I'm like, I'm not doing that. They're like, well, you can't come back. I'm like, okay. I got plenty of doctors. I'll get you a note. And I did. They still can't fire me. They've tried. I don't know why I'm like almost keeping the job just to piss them off at this point. So where does that leave me? And I have no hate for Durian Rider. I have no hate for any of these people. I don't dislike them. I think the Durian Rider program works really good for certain people. I don't know that I'm one of them. In my walking video, I deadlifted this dead tree. Maybe I'll put that in here. I have learned that all fruit and some lettuce and you know, like the typical raw diet, I have learned that that helps. I mean, 150, probably 125 of the weight that I lost was because of that. I have learned that possibly all starch. I was having a juice in the morning because before the surgery I had bought a bunch of produce, and I was whipping Sandy until she went and bought me more produce. I'm like, go get me produce, lady. And I was having that. I was having a cucumber, tomato, date salad in the morning, but the rest of the day was starch. And I mean, I remember being a comfortable weight. I remember being a comfortable weight, like really comfortable with myself. And I can't really say even now that I'm uncomfortable, but I can't say that I'm really happy with the diet I've got right now. Like, I made a smoothie at 6:30 this morning. It's 1 something, probably 1:30, and I still haven't finished the whole thing. I mean, I'm struggling to get myself to eat these days. Bad. I crave more starches than I do fruits, but I do crave those salads that I would make way more than anything. So it's Goldner right. I haven't really tried Goldner. I haven't really wanted to because I got Peter Rogers in the back of my head saying, this is going to give you estrogen, you're going to grow boobs, you're going to have a, you know, mangina by the end of it. And so I haven't done it. Although I did just get some linen sheets. So I do support the flax industry. I don't know. The answer's out there. And I don't believe in balance. I think that's nonsense. How do you know balance? How do you know what you're supposed to have every day? You know? But when I interviewed, what's his name? I interviewed so many people, now I'm forgetting names. I forget what his name, the croissant diet guy. When I interviewed him, and when I interviewed Georgie, there's a couple of studies that showed that if you put mice, and I know we're not mice, but when you put mice on a high carb, low fat diet from the beginning, they're always skinny. Always. When you get them fat, the high carb, low fat diet does not get them back to skinny, no matter how long it takes. It does not do that. And I have noticed that with myself. When I did raw, I was having a lot of fat. Avocados were like 10 cents a piece back then. You know, you can buy a lot of them. Now you got to mortgage your house. But the point of it is I was still losing 1 to 2 pounds a day when I was having avocados, but I got tired of freezing all the time. I'm like always freezing. Always. Who wants to be teeth chattering all day? This is a grind, or not a grind. This is like a blabber fest here. Hopefully you made it this far. If you have, write trees in the comment. I don't even know. Last time I did a video like this I was in a cemetery, and everybody's like, oh, you seem so sad. I'm not. It's contemplation. There's I try not to have a lot of pet peeves with people, but the one thing is when they try to read my whatever, you're never right. So stop trying. It's just never right. I am the poker face that people wish they had. So where does that leave me? I actually think I might start experimenting a little. I do. But the thing is, Sandy asked me, I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, she's like, what would you eat if you could eat anything? And I can't even answer the question anymore. I don't even know what it is that I like to eat, because I've been listening to other people tell me what to eat for like 20 years now. I don't even know what it is. I would probably eat spaghetti with olive oil and spaghetti sauce on it like 3 meals a day, or pizza. I have no idea. Or potatoes or something. Floating log. That's another thing. Down in the comment section, what is it that you like to eat? And do you eat it? You can make high carb versions of everything, but does it work? Does it work? I don't know. I was 292 pounds when I started this channel. I have gotten myself down to 262, but that was raw. And now today I was 288, but after the walking daily video that I did that absolutely destroyed my foot, and it's taken me a couple weeks now just to get back to the point where I can walk normal, I probably went from 288 to 281 or 80 or whatever I was that final day. So I probably actually lost a decent amount of weight. The only thing I know, and everybody's like, well, you're older. Okay. But the only thing that I know is that when I am losing weight, it just comes off. People can't even recognize me a month later. There's none of this like little pound a week here, pound a week there, and everybody's like, well, that's healthy. But is it? Like, your body's not stupid. When it finally can get rid of that weight, it's gonna do it. You might be able to see the colors now. The sun's not out. I don't know. State of confusion. What is it that I would eat? Maybe I should end that video there. What would you eat? If you could just eat whatever, what is it that you would eat? Are we right on this high carb, low fat thing? Depends on which doctor you want to buy into, listen to, or whatever study was paid for by whatever company stands to profit most from it, the result. That's why I didn't ever really read studies. I'm like, I just do it on myself. I'll figure it out myself, because I'm not paying myself for results. Doesn't make any sense to do it. I mean, I do have, multiple personalities sometimes, but I think everybody does. But I'm not paying that other personality off, Oh, this is a ramble video. And again, I have no hate for any of these people putting these diets out there. And clearly, they have people that it works for. But those of us who have been in this huge body, there just seems to be something different. Now, for women, I don't know what a huge body is for women, but men really can escalate those, especially if they're tall. You could really get up there. Oh wow, there's a deer down there. Let's go hunting. It's watching me. It's watching me watch myself watching it. There we go. There. Man, did they blend in. Anyway, hopefully you like these vlog style things. I was so excited to use my little narcissist selfie stick thing, but I failed myself. Man, that deer is not moving. It's like this dude is gonna run down here somehow. That's the one thing I don't think I'll ever go back to. I can almost guarantee it. I'm never gonna go back to animals. Never gonna do it. Could I date somebody who ate animals? I would rather date somebody who wasn't psychotic, who didn't own a bunch of blue hair dye, who actually thought for herself. It's like that Rich Roll, and I always forget his wife's name, but they agreed that they were going to do what they wanted to in their life, and if they went homeless, that would happen. They would just stay together and they would figure it out. That is who I'm looking for. Like, I know I could have gotten laid a lot over the last couple of years, but that just leads to complications, and I got to have a connection, otherwise it doesn't get as big as it should. Where am I going with this video? Hopefully you made it this far. If you didn't, it's your loss, not mine. Anyway, how did I even get started on that? How did it happen? What happened? This brain, man, this brain's crazy. Anyway, the first thing I usually ask a female is, how weird are you? If she gets scared off by that question, or she doesn't know how to answer it, I already know it ain't gonna work. It is not gonna work out. It's not you, or no, it's not me, it's you. Anyway, oh, Blabberfest. Hopefully you enjoyed the scenery. Hopefully you enjoyed the Blabberfest. I'm still waiting to go to that, my Russian doctor, and the gorgeous Russian to walk in. And I take the fat one, or that's Indian. I forget what his accent is like. He's so Russian. Anyway, I'll talk to you. I do sound somewhat crazy in this video. I am going somewhat crazy on this whole journey, because, like, why does this work and then this one doesn't work and then this one does work this time but it doesn't work that time? It just doesn't make any sense. And all the calorie and calorie out warriors are going to come in here. You just need to eat less, man. Be a breatharian, man. Just, you know, just breathe in that air. You'll lose all the weight you want. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I mean, if you look at Schindler's List people, if you look at, you know, anorexics, it works. Are they healthy? I don't think so. I'd venture to guess that those Starvation Nation people are less healthy than I am, as robust as I might be. There's a door right there. Somebody's door catapulted itself down the side of this cliff here. All right, I can talk. I really can. Hopefully you made it this far. Like, subscribe. Talk to you in the next video. Somebody did ask me to make a video about my liver and my kidneys after coming off keto. I do want to make a video about that, because I think that is pretty relevant. I really wish I could get that out of their side. It's pretty fun. All right, anyway, talk to you next time. Oh, and I know what you're thinking. I can't believe he's wearing Bluetooth headphones. There is 300-foot radio towers like a mile from my house. I'm pretty sure those are doing more damage than these, but could be wrong.